What is good, everybody? Welcome to the Film Bros Podcast, episode number 13.
You fucked it up the first time.
I did fuck it up the first time because it's the 13th episode.
13.
Unlucky number for many.
Yeah.
My lucky number. I was born on Friday the 13th, for those that don't know.
Right.
Which makes a lot of sense.
Okay. I didn't know that.
December 13th, 96. Okay. Look it up. It was a Friday. And now you're stuck with me.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
No, I'll get back in the
We got back to the movie scene.
Yeah.
We said we were going to post on Fridays, and that's a lie. Because we're going to figure out our own schedule. Me and DJ agreed. It doesn't matter to be consistent right now. We want to give you episodes, high-quality episodes.
Of course.
And we're going to do it on our fucking time, okay?
Yeah.
You're going to get a lot. You just don't know when you're getting it. It's like a present.
Yeah.
The present's not good if you know when
That's
it's
a good
coming.
way to put it. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Because if you're sitting on a Friday, you're like, I thought I was supposed to get a present. You're always going to be disappointed.
Mm.
But if you're sitting down on a Tuesday and you're like, oh, there's a present, that's a good feeling. Mm-hmm. We want good feelings here.
Imagine working 10 at night till like 5 in the morning and then staying up and then filming an episode.
It's just not possible. But we're working on it.
We're working on it.
Things are in the making.
Yeah. Well,
right now, we want to give you as much as possible.
As much as we can because we love you.
We do. And you don't want to see me tired. You don't want to see DJ tired.
I am.
You want the best of us.
The best.
So we saw 2 movies for you guys.
Yeah.
The first being Jackass Forever. Touch on the 4. You know, it's a little... They made it forever.
Yeah.
Instead of calling it 4.
Yeah.
Nice little sweet thing.
Yeah, that's cool.
Jackass 3 came out in what? 2010?
Yeah.
3D, technically it was?
Did you see it in 3D?
I didn't. I was going to say, I didn't get into Jackass until probably like 2011 was when I was in 8th grade.
Okay.
I would want to say it was around the time I got into it. Just because my parents were like, you can't watch that shit. So
yeah.
I didn't get around to it until... I don't remember who I saw the first Jackass with, but I remember rewatching it a lot with my friends growing up. Mm-hmm. Like if I was sleeping over at my boy's house when we were 14... You know, we throw Jackass on. That was the funny thing to do.
When I watched Jackass 2 when I was like 9 years old, I was with my dad, and my dad said, "What the fuck are you watching?" Because it was when Wee Man jumped up on the table and showed his dick. Yeah. So I've been quite a fan for a hot minute.
For a while.
My family not.
Yeah.
But I've been a fan.
I don't know many people whose family is a fan of Jackass.
No, not at all.
It's always just you in the family.
Yeah.
There's nobody else that likes it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You get a lot of looks.
Yeah, like, why are you watching this? And then you try to explain it to people.
It's a very hit or miss franchise.
Yeah.
If you don't like Jackass, you're not going to like Jackass Forever. It's not going to change your mind.
I mean, on the surface, it's basically you watching a whole group of friends, like, torture each other.
Yeah, it's not really a movie.
Yeah, no, it's just watching people's misery.
It's cinema.
That's art.
It is. I really love the first 3 Jackass movies. Granted, I haven't seen any of them in years. So, but I did watch all of them, probably a total of 5-6 times each, at least. Jackass 3 I probably saw like 10 times, just because I think it's one of the funniest movies ever made. And I was excited for Jackass Forever.
Oh, hold on. Well, we're going straight into the Jackass review.
Well, I was going to build it up a little bit, climb the mountain.
Okay.
You know? I just wanted to give my
because
thoughts on the hype.
we didn't talk about this before the podcast started, so it'll be your call. But I did see a couple comments on the last video.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you want to address them.
Do a comment shout out?
We could do a little comment shout out.
I just so happen to have it.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Doing my job for me.
Yeah, of course. This comes from Evan, the cinema guy. Mm-hmm.
Big cinema guy.
You know this person?
No.
Oh.
Hello, Evan.
Hello, Evan.
Nice to meet you.
The cinema guy. He said, honorable mentions. This is from our top 10 video. Mm-hmm. The Green Knight, Spider-Man No Way Home, Ghostbusters Afterlife.
Didn't see.
Army of the Dead. Red Notice?
Didn't see.
Was told it was bad.
Maybe. Well, Evan liked it.
Okay.
Calling Evan bad?
No, not at all. Just was told.
Okay.
All right. No Time to Die in his top 10. Starting from 10 to 1. Dune is 10. Mortal Kombat is 9.
DJ loves that movie, too.
8 is In the Heights, or Into the Heights. 7, Godzilla vs. King Kong. 6, Free Guy. Free Guy? That pause.
You're just roasting this man's top 10.
That's a Free Guy, dude.
On camera.
All right, look, we appreciate you. I'm open to a discussion. 5, The Suicide Squad. 4, Cruella. That's the Dalmatian
Yeah.
Yeah.
Disney's not Disney. DJ's not a Disney guy.
Listen, I'm not gonna judge.
He just doesn't know anything.
Yeah. Don't listen to me. Come on.
Yeah.
3, Licorice Pizza. Number 2, Space Jam: A New Legacy.
Are you? First of all, I feel like we gotta do the comments at the end of the video. It breaks the entire flow. And then if we're gonna do it, are you roasting the one person that commented on our video? You're just ripping them apart because he likes Space Jam too.
Listen, I didn't see it, so I'm not the one to be talking to.
Maybe it would have made your top 10, huh?
Yeah, exactly. It would have made it. And the number 1 is Zack Snyder's Justice League.
All right, there you go.
Solid list.
If you're gonna roast the man's list, why don't you just talk about his number 1?
No. It's number Zack
You could have said Zack Snyder's Justice League.
Come on,
left it at that.
No roasting here. We love you.
Evan,
the cinema guy.
Clearly, one of us loves you a little bit more.
Fuck that up.
I also love my girlfriend Olivia. She commented.
Okay. Oh,
she said, "Bro, I love Into the Heights because it's called In the Heights, and you called it Into the Heights."
Oops. Yeah, and then what did you say?
What'd I say?
You said, "I don't know why DJ didn't."
That's what it is.
And since you put out you love your girl, even though my girlfriend didn't comment.
Oh, what's good with that, huh?
Hey, Nicole, what's going on? I love my girlfriend, but where you at? We need some loving in these comment sections.
We're figuring out when to post the videos. We're figuring out when to talk about your comments. I think we should do it at the end.
At the end? Okay. Yeah. That's fair enough.
From now on.
We learn.
So, Evan, you comment again. DJ will make fun of you at the end.
I won't make fun of you.
What if he's like 12?
I think Evan should be...
What if he's like 10
years old? If he comments... What? If he's 10, hey, let's...
Is that fight?
No.
What's that mean?
Since when do you fist bump someone? Actually, all right, I get it.
Yeah.
All right. I think if Evan comments, I should read Evan's comment. Evan, you my guy, man.
Right.
Come on now. We keep it real.
I really like the first 3 Jackasses.
Yeah, let's keep this pushing.
Jackass 3 is the best one in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Just wild.
I agree.
Okay, good. Wild movie.
Yeah.
It has a Beavis and Butthead intro. How can I not love it?
Oh, is that what that is?
If you watched it, yeah. You remember that? They're like, you'll see the jackasses like you've never seen before. They get their little voice.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
On the 3D glass.
I wanted to rewatch it in preparation to 4, but I had only gotten to 1 and 2.
I kind of didn't want to rewatch them. I wanted them to stay in their time capsule because I wanted to go in fresh being like, can I still laugh at Jackass Forever? Mm-hmm. As much as I wanted this movie to be good, I was very skeptical going in. Because I was like, these guys are getting old, and I feel like that means it will probably get a little bit tamer, might not be as funny, might not hit the same way it used to because it felt very of its time. And this is the best comedy to come out in years. Mm-hmm. Movies have been bad for a while now.
Yeah.
Really bad. I know it's funny to talk about when we're talking about Jackass Forever. But I was ranting to Adam about this, where there's a lot of movies that come out and people say, this is funny. And I'm like, no, it's not. Can you grow it? Like, it just feels so contrived of any sense of humor. Mm-hmm. And Jackass in its purest form is hilarious. It's so funny that you can't script it. You have to let things unfold how it unfolds. And you can make the case these aren't movies, sure. But the bottom line is, we as a society have gotten so much funnier, and movies have gotten so much less funny, and just less good in general. And I walked out of Jackass Forever and thought, we are finally going to start getting good movies again. We've been in this rut of nothing's funny, nothing's good, and just shit for a while. Everyone accepts mediocrity and calls it good, and it's an issue. Don't give Jurassic World 2 4 out of 5 on Letterboxd. We're done with it. Stop accepting mediocrity. Give us Jackass Forever, a great comedy, and a return to form to just movies in general, I think. When's the last time we got a funny movie? Like an actual funny movie. Because there's serious movies that have comedy in it, but they're not like funny movies.
Okay.
You feel?
That was a speech for a movie where you see dicks pretty much the whole movie.
Uh-huh. That's how much I enjoyed this movie.
That's comedy.
It is. We haven't had anything funny in so long.
I haven't seen Steve-O's dick in a hot minute.
I know. And that shit's funny.
Yeah.
This movie's wild. Were you excited for it?
I was excited for it. Just wasn't expecting so many dicks.
See, you have this theory that there was always not as much dick. I feel like it was the proper amount of dick I expected.
There was definitely a lot of dick. A lot more dick in 4 than there was, I think, in previous films.
But they're also getting old. They can't do too much athletic shit.
So show your dick.
Yeah, what else are they gonna do?
All right.
They upped the stakes a little bit in this one. Not to the extent they do in 3.
Well, someone takes a pogo stick to the balls.
That was wild.
The cup test.
Build it up. What else does he do in the cup test first?
Okay. They get the world heavyweight. They get the world heavyweight UFC fighter.
Francis Ngannou.
Francis Ngannou, and that's test 1.
Number 1.
Hardest punch, according to them, and I'm sure it's accurate. Hardest punch, fucking ever. Mm-hmm. Guinness World Record. Ehren Danger takes it straight to the fucking balls with the cup on, but takes it. Mm-hmm. Cup test 2 is
softball pitch.
Softball. Fucking launching it. The fact that they're missing. Mm-hmm. Oh my goodness.
Hitting his leg first just to tear it up.
And they're like, why are you moving? Because I'm not fucking moving. He's like, I don't know. So that's the second test. The third test is the
PK Subban, whatever his last name is.
The ice hockey?
Yeah.
Ice hockey, that shit, he got on the second try. I like how he went back and he's like, all right, now I'm gonna hit you.
He was serious about it.
And he fucking got it.
The softball pitcher and Francis Ngannou, they were very like, oh, we're having fun. Nah, he was there to fuck up his balls.
And so he got it. And then the fourth test
was the pogo stick. The pogo stick, man. That has got to be the most painful thing I've ever seen.
Because it hits his jock and, oh, dude. My theater was empty, pretty much.
Mine was filled.
Yeah. Well, I still heard the nigga all the way at the top go, fuck! Despite it was so empty, it echoed. Fuck! So, yeah, that shit, that was a little right. And I went to go see it with Gadiel and my little brother.
I feel like that's a good trio to go to a Jackass movie with.
Your little brother, your sibling, younger sibling, and a close friend of yours. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's solid.
Yeah.
And my little brother said, what the hell? Because up until this movie, he had only watched Jackass 2, because we had rewatched it in my preparation to rewatching all of them. So he watched the second one, and he was like, dude, what? Like, he was cringing at a lot of them. I think that was also the one where, what's his name?
That's the one with Steve-O and the shark, right?
That's the one where this dude, Pontius, drinks horse cum. Horse cum.
And that makes a comeback. See, when else are we going to talk about shit like this? When are we going to talk about not fake shit? You know, it's not like a prop in a movie where someone drinks pig cum. No. These guys do it for real. For a joke. This is the shit aliens are gonna see and be like, these humans are fucking wild. It's unbelievable what they do in this movie. And it's hard to review as a thing because it's almost too genius to talk about.
Yeah, so it's a montage of very crazy stunts, so you kind of have to cover the highlights of the stunts. There's no story. There's no nothing. It's just you literally go in.
The story is the friendship.
You literally go. You go in. You watch them fuck each other up, and the movie ends. That's it. And I think for rewatchability purposes, I feel like the stunts weren't as. No, man, I have to.
The beehive dick one blew my mind.
Did we need that down under angle of Steve-O's dick behind his ass?
But it's funny that we have a movie that will do it.
A cameraman that will do it.
Yeah.
Imagine being that guy.
That's not my job.
No.
I'll watch his balls. I won't record them. There's a distinct difference. Why are you looking like that?
No. Good, continue. Yeah, you see what you did?
What'd I do?
What did you do?
I don't know. What is this bit?
I'm not doing a bit. You just confessed to watching.
I'm gonna have to cut this part. This is too much dead air. What was your favorite stunt? What was your favorite stunt?
My favorite stunt was
If that was an awkward cut, there was too much dead air. We had a bit that just wasn't working.
It wasn't a bit.
Yeah, but if
you had confessed.
If you're watching it, it doesn't really make sense. And then if you're listening,
you
in your
confess
car,
to watch another
you're like,
man's
why is there so
balls.
much dead air?
You confess to watch another man's
The
balls.
B dick was the craziest stuff.
I don't think you should cut it. I think you should keep it as is.
It's being cut.
Hashtag release the Rucker cut of it being in full. Just saying. But the bees on dick was... I mean, what do I fucking say? If this nigga had bees on his dick. He had the queen bee on his dick. And it was stinging him. I was like, fuck. And then he got it off. The shit was crazy. The shit was wild. You know, you have that. You have the cup test. Yeah, I'm trying to think of what else. You had the fucking...
The intro.
The intro was solid.
The intro's genius.
Huge budget upgrade, clearly. Because they had like, it was like all cinematic. I liked the fucking football player that tackles Ehren.
Oh,
Because in the behind the scenes, like after the credits are rolling, he's like, dude, you just gotta take it. You just gotta take it. So he tackles him. So that was cool. I didn't understand what happened with Steve-O.
With what?
With the porta potty. So there was shit in the porta potty?
I guess.
The porta potty launched because it was like it cut to a miniature of it.
I love how we're talking about this like it's plot holes. Like we don't want to know. I don't understand how Steve-O had the shit on him. Is what you're saying.
Yeah, like I don't get it.
I'm saying this movie's so crazy that this is the conversation.
Is it the best Jackass?
No, I think 3 is the best one.
I agree.
I think 4 is a very good one. I'd put 1, 2, and 4 on the same probably bar, and then 3 is the best one.
Did you like the new additions to the team?
I did. I like poopies.
Poopies.
I said that sentence out loud.
What was before we go on to that? I guess my favorite newbie was the big guy, and I have a bias, which I mean I guess I don't like him that much, but I actually used to watch his YouTube videos because he's a YouTuber.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so they just ended up finding him, and his breakout stunts were him falling into cactuses.
Yeah.
So
and they do it in the movie.
They do it in the movie. I was like, oh, that was cool. But he can take his pain tolerance is fucking ridiculous.
Jasper's dad was hilarious.
Yeah, they got Jasper's dad.
Yeah. The tarantula one was wild.
What was his name?
I forget his name. Just Jasper's dad.
Something black. I was like, that sounds racist. It's black arm, black guy. I don't know. It's kind of fucked up. I was like, yo, brother, what's going on, man? But yeah, they got that. The vulture.
The vulture one was bad.
Picking at him. I was like,
painful.
Fuck that. What the fuck is with this plate that they were putting their dicks into?
Plate?
They put their...
Oh, the paddle?
Yeah, dude.
I don't even know how that's possible. Me and Adam were like, how is this even real?
Shit was like 2D. What the fuck? That looked painful, dog. Yeah, that one. There was one I was gonna... Oh, do you have a favorite stunt? Or bit. I have a favorite bit.
What's the favorite bit?
My favorite bit is when they cut off all the lights.
That was wild.
The shit was just funny. They got a rattlesnake, and they had a thing of the and then Ehren, he goes to the door, and he's like, "Yo, come on, there's a door." He's like, "I don't believe you. Fuck off." It's like, "Fuck you, then. I'm going by myself." Runs into a pan, and I felt, and we talked about this. Actually, before we go into that, what's your favorite bit or favorite stunt?
I don't know if I should say the bee thing still, because that to me was like the craziest.
Okay.
Favorite?
You had the silent mimes.
Silent Mimes was funny. Honestly,
the bull, Johnny.
The one towards the beginning where they have to answer the questions was pretty funny.
Yeah,
to me
that one was funny too.
Because it just is one of those things where you think the answer's simple, but it's like when you're with your friends and someone says some dumb shit and you're put on the spot. It was a little thing, but I that kind of sums up Jackass to me, where it's dumb but funny and relatable.
Okay.
You know, so moments like that. And what makes Jackass funny is, yeah, the stunts are crazy, but everyone on the team is genuinely funny. And they're always having a good time. And I think what you were going to get into, I could help transition into, is there's different dynamics in this one compared to 3.
Yeah.
Whether that be new people that aren't here for reasons. Do you feel... Where do you want to take that? Like, how do you feel about maybe the missing...
Yeah, so...
Bam, or...
Rest in peace, Ryan Dunn.
Yep.
Rest in peace, my dog. He was honestly probably my favorite.
Dunn was hilarious.
Out of all of them, to be honest. And I'm not just saying that because in light of, like, what happened. He was honestly... I think him of all the team, he was like the one that if no one was gonna be willing to do it, he was like, all right, I'll do it. Like I forgot where I heard this too. Maybe it was Steve-O's podcast, or no, it was an interview that the cast was doing in preparation for promotion for Jackass 4. That they were saying, you remember when they had to put a toy car in a condom? Legendary.
I was gonna say legendary.
Apparently, that was actually supposed to be for Steve-O. And something happened with Steve and then Johnny Knoxville was supposed to do it, and then he could do it, and he was like, well, if you can't find anyone to do it, I'll fucking do it. And so he ended up doing it. So I think he was probably the most daring out of all of them, but rest in peace, Ryan. And then you had Bam. Bam was not in this. I went to go get popcorn for this movie, and the dude I'm talking to him about, he's like, yeah, man, they don't got Bam in there. I was like, have you seen it? He's like, nah, but I know Bam's not in there. All right. Thank you for the popcorn. I walked away. It was a little weird. So Bam wasn't in it, and then something that we had touched on that we'll touch on after, we talk about this whole dynamic and everything is Ehren specifically. But yeah, I don't know. I still don't quite know what's going on with Bam. I followed it for a bit.
Fucking wreck.
Yeah.
From what I've seen, I feel bad for him. For
sure.
I think. All these guys had different issues, because if you're doing shit like this, like Steve-O's been open about like how his life is fucked up and how now Steve-O's doing great, he's sober. But especially I think after Ryan Dunn died, Bam was definitely super fucking close to him. And
I watched back the movies, and he was the one I didn't know.
Yeah,
they
was definitely like his best friend. So that's gonna fuck your life up for sure. But there's so many videos of, I don't know if you saw any live streams of, we don't have to get too into it, but Bam is definitely wreck when it comes to drinking, drugs, all that shit right now. And I get why he's upset, because apparently he was involved with the movie. Some of the stunts were his ideas and stuff. And Johnny Knoxville and Jeff Tremaine, they're like, hey, we're going to disassociate from this because we want you to get help. And he's going through this whole thing. So I thought that was one of the reasons I was also skeptical of Jackass 4, was like, is the same camaraderie going to be there with two of the biggest people in it not being in it? And there's a couple of the other smaller guys that aren't in this one. I think they do a good job of saying, no, like, the heart of it's still there. The majority of the original team's still here. We're still having fun. The additions feel like they fit in.
Yeah.
But yeah, we could talk on the Ehren Danger.
Ehren Danger. So I actually did. I always had it in my mind that, like, they were kind of picking on Ehren a little bit.
A little too hard
in certain bits of, like, 1, 2, and 3. Or at least 2 and 3. I don't know about 1 specifically. And then I'm watching Steve-O's podcast. Shout out to Steve-O's podcast. Yeah, because
Steve-O really needs a shout out from us.
Yeah, you're right.
He's doing fine.
Yeah.
He's making so much money. I saw Steve-O's asshole in person.
You did?
Yeah, I did. I had to record at Gathering the Juggalos.
You saw it.
Excuse me, what? Steve-O was there performing live. Everyone shouting, show us your butthole! And Steve-O just showed his ass. And I was there live to see it.
Steve-O's fucking great.
Side note.
Steve-O. Oh, man. Yeah, so he's talking about... he actually has Ehren Danger on the podcast, and they're talking about how basically... it was like bullying on the set to Ehren, and Aaron's like, when the cameras are rolling for the movie, I'll do it, but outside of that, like, not cool. I always had that suspicion in my head, and then I definitely noticed it watching this new one. And I don't know if they were speaking on that topic because of previous movies or because of this movie, but definitely in this movie, they do my man's, like, a little dirty in some of these stunts.
I agree.
Cup test, like the bear.
The bear, you could argue, is probably a bit dirty.
But then it's like a thing of like, okay, well, did he accept to do these stuff? But it seems like he's not. Like, he's good. But that's how the dynamic's always been. It's always like a prank within a prank kind of thing. But I don't know. It just like I maybe it gave me a bias after watching the podcast and watching the movie. I was like, damn man, like lay some slack.
See, especially in Jackass 3, I remember I always got that vibe too of obviously these guys are all gonna fuck with each other. In every friend group, like you roast each other. But when you're in a situation like this, where you're doing these kind of stunts, it always did feel like, oh shit, this guy's doing a majority of the shittiest ones.
Yeah.
And like they're almost like ripping on him a bit too hard. I didn't get that vibe in the fourth one. I felt like the bear thing, like I get he was like nervous about it, but to me it was also, this is Jackass and everyone kind of has, like the turning the lights out one. Everyone had that same thing, you know, it's the same kind of scary vibe. Granted, there's no bear, but I didn't really feel he was as bullied as he was 10 years ago. At least, I mean, I could be wrong. I wasn't on the set.
Yeah.
But the vibe definitely seemed a bit different in this one with him compared to the previous ones.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think there might be something to him. We don't know to the extent of what he volunteers for. I think he volunteers for a majority of them. He knows what he's getting into. And I think he has this thing where he wants to prove himself to be the guy that does the craziest of the crazy shit.
You won.
And he wins.
You fucking win that.
So in that regard, if he's the one signing up for all that stuff, it makes me respect him more, because the pogo stick shit, the bear thing, like it definitely, he's proven to be the guy that does probably the craziest of the things. You could argue Steve-O too, but I mean the dude's out of his mind.
Yeah. Yeah.
You are out of your mind, man. We love you, but you're all out of your mind. But that's why we love you.
That's why we watch. Honestly.
Yeah.
And you guys are great too. And then I want to touch on the last stunt of the movie, which was Johnny Knoxville taking that fucking bull.
That wasn't the last one though.
No.
Second to last one.
What was the last one?
Last one's the one
right.
on the thing.
Right. Okay, well that's a great segue to that. But Johnny Knoxville taking that fucking bull and then getting knocked out.
Yeah.
Cold.
It shows this guy he has to give up at some point.
Like, dude, you guys are end up gonna do something and it ain't gonna end well.
One of you's gonna die. You know?
Dead ass. You guys are crazy. So you had that stunt, and then you had the finale, which the finales for a lot of these Jackass movies are usually like grand. Mm-hmm. And this had that grand scale, but I wasn't feeling it.
Yeah, we were talking about this yesterday, where my only issue with the movie is the last stunt is good. It's funny. But then the movie ends, I'm like, oh, really? Like, that's the last stunt? It almost, like, it feels like a great second to last one. Because it is funny, but it wasn't the launch of the porta potty.
That was the first stunt of 3.
That's the last one.
Really?
Yeah, that's the last one. It's right before they do their outro. Like, there is an ending to Jackass 3 where they're like, hey, we're wrapping up our movie, and the porta potty
Yeah, you know? You're right.
And I felt like that's why Jackass 3 felt like a great finale to the franchise. They were going to end it there because it just kind of tied it up. I feel like this movie doesn't really tie it up. It kind of just leaves it open. Which, if they're going to make more Jackass movies, you know, you got younger people that could take more hits now. Like Poopies, your boy, the big guy. The Rachel girl, she seemed pretty funny. She didn't get as many stunts as I thought she would. So, but she took the scorpion to the thing.
Licked the taser.
I was like, shit, this girl's not fucking around.
She didn't say not one fucking word.
She took that shit.
I think those were the only 2 stunts that she was in.
That were in the movie, yeah. I'm sure they do so many stunts and they end up picking the best of the best.
Yeah.
That's why they always release, like, the .5 movies, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm sure we'll get Jackass Forever .5.
That'll be dope.
And I'll watch it.
I'll watch it.
Yeah.
You got me.
But I did want, I think we're on the same page, we want one more big, funny stunt to end it. Because is it the first one with the car, or is that the second one?
I think that's the first one.
I think that's the ending of the first one. Terror Taxi, I think, is the end to the second one. Terror Taxi's hilarious. The porta potty in 3. And then the fourth one, it's like, I don't think this one lives up to those other 3 in terms of funny. And I wish there was one more at the end.
The special guests.
They're getting famous people now.
Tyler, the Creator,
man. Well, apparently, Adam told me he's friends with Jasper.
Oh.
Like, that's where Jasper's known from, yeah. I didn't know that.
Okay.
Yeah, so,
okay.
So that makes sense. Eric Andre's in there.
Eric Andre.
It's cool to see Spike Jonze show up again, because Spike Jonze is this guy that makes all these, like, you could say prestigious movies, but he grew up with these guys kind of and helped them out. So seeing him return, like, that's fucking awesome. Tony Hawk's in there for a little cameo.
Tony Hawk got jizzed on.
That was funny. Machine Gun Kelly.
Yeah, that was random.
Yeah, but it's fun to see that all these people know what they're getting into, and they look like they're having a good time on set. So
André getting his coffee.
That was great.
And then he got hit, and he was like, yes! Got pranked by the Jackass
The girl in the truck didn't get enough credit, I don't think. She really sold that shit. Like, I'm such a fan.
Can I get a picture?
He had no clue.
Yeah, it was good.
Which is awesome. So, yeah, Jackass Forever. It's one of those movies I feel like it's hard to talk about because it's just one of those things. It's such pure joy to watch. And just talking about it doesn't almost make sense. So we're glad you listened to us talk about it for a half hour.
Yeah.
But if you love Jackass, you've already seen the movie probably. It's refreshing to see something that feels like we're going to step into a time where we get good movies again. I know it sounds dumb to listen to that when talking about Jackass Forever, but we're getting shit like the good old days. I feel like since almost 2014, we've had a couple good years for movies, but for the most part, we've gotten a lot of lackluster, kind of boring shit. And Jackass Forever gives me life.
It's refreshing.
I give it an 8 out of 10.
8 out of 10?
8 out of 10.
8 out of 10.
Strong fucking movie.
I said that like I was mimicking you, but that's my answer.
That's just okay.
8 out of 10.
Great movie.
Yeah.
Great time.
It's doing good in the box office too.
It is, and they only made it for $10 million. And Moonfall only made $10 million, which and it was made for $140 million. But I didn't realize Moonfall was independently funded.
Really?
Roland Emmerich. So Universal had the rights. They didn't end up making the movie. Roland Emmerich bought the rights back.
Okay.
Got funding. Ended up scraping together $140 million to make his own movie. He won 50% of the cut, and he won full creative control.
Whoa.
Which makes me respect Moonfall a bit more.
Okay.
But it's still bad.
Yes. I'm sorry.
I thought I was going to hate it more.
Okay.
I'm not the demographic for a Moonfall type movie.
Okay.
But I saw it because I know DJ was actually excited for it.
Yes.
Because, for those that don't know, DJ, big space guy.
Yes.
Loves that shit.
Yes.
So I want you to take the reign on your hype for Moonfall.
Gladly. Moonfall, right? I remember seeing the trailer, and it's. I mean, I can't speak for every astronomer or every wannabe astronomer, but for a lot of people who I know to be or want to be astronomers, it's always a theoretical question. What if the moon fell to Earth? What if the moon disappeared? What if the sun disappeared? What's the science that goes behind that? So they made a whole movie on it, and I was like, holy shit, I want to see how accurate the science is, and really geeking out. And it's also a disaster movie. So on top of it being a disaster movie and it being science, I was like, okay, if this is gonna be a disaster movie and this is gonna be a space disaster movie, I gotta see this shit in 4D. I saw it in 4D. I tried to convince him to see it in 4D, but alas, I did not prevail. And the 4D experience it's like you're on a fucking ride. And I ended up seeing it with my best boy Anthony. And I asked him afterwards, because I always feel like this after I watch a movie. I'm like, what'd you think of the movie? He's like, dude, I don't know. I honestly don't know, because it's like a ride. You can't fully grasp what's happening in the movie. So it definitely gets cookie points for that, because while I can stand back and actually pay attention to the movie now that I've seen it in different movies in 4D, I can actually watch the movie for what it is, but still enjoy the experience. So for the movie for what it is, if I just imagine myself watching it at home or watching it in a 2D format, and I was like, this wouldn't have not been it, especially for how long it was, 2 hours and 30 minutes. The experience was fucking fantastic. So essentially, they end up finding out that the moon is orbiting closer or revolving closer and closer to Earth. And they actually got a lot of the science depictions correct. Mm-hmm. There's only one thing that they got massively incorrect, and it's when these fucking meteors are showering the Earth. Mm-hmm. There's one particular scene, I looked over here and I was like, bro, this is such bullshit. You can't have this many science at so much accuracy with the science and then have this one inaccuracy, which is probably the biggest. Gotcha. And it's when there's one particular scene when a big ass meteor hits a mountain, And then Michael Pena and like him and the family look at each other like, all right, let's keep going. If that shit would have hit the mountain, something that big, your ears would fucking go deaf. Like it would be, the sound wave would be so powerful, it would knock you off on your ass, and then your ears will start bleeding. You'll go deaf because something going that fast, hitting something that hard, creates a shock wave. Your brain would probably be fucking scrambled. So, but I get it. It's a movie. Everything else is pretty much accurate. They explain the Royce limit, which I really like. The Royce limit is when there's a celestial body orbiting another celestial body. When it gets too close, it starts ripping. Yeah, I know. I'm going off on a tangent.
Let's go, nerd.
Yo, this is my shit. It starts ripping itself apart, and that's what was happening to the moon. And then it starts getting real weird because the moon's not the moon.
Right.
It's a fucking frame that's housing a white dwarf. And white dwarfs, when a star explodes, goes into supernova, it's left with its core, which is probably about like half the size of Earth. So it's a really small star, very dense. And it's in a moon. And it's actually a encapsulation of life that was made millions upon billions of years ago by an ancient civilization. And they made like 9 of them, and then they made AI, and AI fucking controlled it, and they're looking for the last moon, which just so happened to land in our backyard near Earth. And I was like, what the fuck? And they just hit you with all this. Like, at one moment, everything's accurate. I'm like, okay, cool. The gravity, the water, the moon controls the tide. So it starts off with like high tides, high rising tides, and then it's like crashing tides, and it starts like flooding the earth. It creates fissures in the earth because the celestial bodies are creating like messing with the magnetic field, which messes with the templates of our plate tectonics and earthquakes. All that shit was cool. And then they're like, it's a capsulation, by the way, AI, and it's not the moon. I was like, what the fuck? I looked over at Anne, we looked at each other like, what the hell? So it just takes like a whole left turn. As a disaster movie, it I feel like it holds up for the most part, but I feel like it just goes on for too long.
Yeah, it's like 2 hours, 10 minutes. It's way too long.
Yeah, it's way too long for them to be surviving for this long with the moon crashing the fucking Earth. So maybe I felt like if it was condensed a little bit more, it would have been solid. Something like it's not a solid movie, but it's definitely more condensed. What's it called? 2012?
Never saw it.
Never saw 2012?
No.
It has like good, like catastrophic events and moments, but it's condensed. It's still all right, but yeah, I felt like this dragged on too long. It gets way too sci-fi towards the end.
I was gonna say, I was surprised at how much I didn't hate the disaster shit. I did like the science stuff. I was like, oh, this gravity wave, like shit like that.
Yeah.
I found actually like, okay, this is kind of cool, seeing it in Dolby. And then they add this entire sci-fi.
Oh, you saw it in Dolby?
I saw it in Dolby, yeah.
Oh, okay. Nice.
So it was like loud and shit. But
right.
They add this whole element of like, oh, there's an alien that's making this happen.
Yeah.
And that kind of ruins it for me. Because I think there is a better movie in here that's actually one I like. If you cut a half hour.
Yeah.
And and that half hour is all the alien shit.
Yep.
It was so boring. Like, I don't see why you can't make a movie that's this without the alien part. It's just the moon falling.
Yeah.
And find some sort of scientific explanation as to why it's actually falling that could actually happen. Mm-hmm. And it is coming off of Don't Look Up, which isn't the moon, it's a comet. But, I don't know, we're getting a lot of these space disaster movies.
Still have to see that movie.
You would like it.
I know.
You're the one that told me it's real. And no one else is talking about that on the internet.
I'm the one that
Don't Look Up is real.
It's real?
That there's a 1.8% chance that that's going to happen by 2028.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's an asteroid fucking hurling. But it's a small, slim chance.
1.8%.
No, I think it's lower. I think
That's
it's like
1% higher than I want it to be. 0.8, I'm okay.
I think it's 0.8.
That's round it up. It's 2.
Round it up. That's 1.
1.8. 0.8 is 1. I'm saying it's 1.8. It is 1.8 right now, right?
I know. I think it's 0.8. I think I told you 0.8, but you're taking it to
1.8. No. Either way, it's too high, and we can't let that happen. Moonfall is bad.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was really excited for it, man, and
I wasn't. Which is why maybe I enjoyed it a little bit more than I thought I would. But it's definitely not good. I like the gravity wave part.
Yeah. Yeah, they actually got that right. That was another inaccuracy. If you're losing the moon's coming towards Earth, so obviously the gravity fields are mixing with each other. The water was going up. Rocket will still have propulsion. It's the same reason why in space astronauts have gas that expels from their suit for them to turn. So that works out. All that's cool. But the fucking Jeep, they wait till the last minute. They're like making sure the rocket's going up. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, you need to fucking drive. You not see this wave coming?
Yeah, that was wild.
Then they get in the car in the last moment and then they go and they drive off. That tire should not have any fucking friction on that ground.
Well, those dumbasses shouldn't be watching the rocket go up.
Stupid ass.
Watch through the rear view window.
It should literally burn out and then like start floating upwards because there's no gravity, or at least it's less gravity. So that one, I was like, what? But it's fine. It's fine.
DJ, I love how people chase their dreams. You know? Yeah. And when you make some progress in your dream, I think there's some credit to be given.
Yeah.
The son of, is it Patrick Swayze? Is that the actor?
No. That's the second time you've done that. We're talking about X-Men
Swayze.
We were talking about it last night.
Patrick Stewart, yesterday.
Yeah, and you meant to say Patrick Stewart.
What the fuck is it? Patrick Wilson, right?
Yeah, there you go.
Not Patrick Swayze.
What's with you and Swayze?
I don't know. It's a cool fucking name.
It is.
Swayze.
Swayze.
Naming my son Swayze.
That's not a bad name.
It's a great fucking name.
For a first name, though?
Patrick, not Swayze, Wilson's son in this movie.
His son in the movie.
The son in the movie.
Okay. Yeah. Dumbass.
Oh, you're talking about the character.
Yeah.
I'm saying the performance is probably the worst I've ever seen.
Yeah, and that too.
I couldn't believe it. I said we have all these people that are actually good actors now. I thought the bad actors were just gone. Mm-hmm. What is he doing?
You got to bring some new talent. I've never seen him in anything. Has he been in anything?
But they didn't take the word talent into play when they cast him.
They just heard new?
They just heard new.
Damn.
Dude, come on. Maybe it's on Roland. Maybe he didn't take the best takes. He could have said, hey, can you do it one more? Like this? You can't just blame the actor. You got to blame the direction, too. That no one stood up and said
No one stood up and said, bro, what the fuck?
Yeah. I would have recast him on the spot. I would have hopped in place.
No, you can't do that, though, if you work for a studio. A lot of money.
Independent.
Actually,
This is an independent movie.
Yeah. Damn, got me.
This is an independent movie. Believe it or not.
Still a lot of money.
Fuck ton of money. That they lost. This thing made $10 million. Steve-O's whipping a dick with bees on it. And that movie made more than Moonfall.
How Steve-O's dick make more money, Matt?
See, Jackass is genius. They know you don't have to put a lot of money into something and get a lot of money back. All these... Roland Emmerich, for one. Fucking relax with hating on the superhero movies. This is coming from somebody that doesn't really like them.
Come on.
He comes out and says, no one's going to see my movie because everyone wants to see a fucking superhero. Dude, you're making Moonfall. You're not exactly making Goodfellas here. Can we stop? What do you mean? Your movie is a superhero
Just stop!
movie. You are making the bullshit. You're making the same thing independently. I'll give you credit for that. But come on. Is there no self-awareness anymore? Do you know what you're even making, dude? You're not making fucking Parasite. You're making Moonfall. You're making bullshit. You're casting this kid that's the worst actor alive. Fucking grow up. I can't stand it. I don't even like superhero movies that much. But I respect what they've done. They get people to the movie theater. More people came to the movie theater to see a guy named Wee Man than your fucking big-ass Moon movie.
Guy named Poopies.
The only time... Poopies! Made double the money your movie did, dude. So fucking stop with the Marvel movies are making us zombies. No. Fucking Moonfall is. Moonfall is a movie for fucking dummies. It's called Moonfall. Can we stop? How do you feel about that? That this guy with this movie says, the Marvel movies are ruining cinema.
Fuck you.
There we go. That's what I'm talking about.
Bro, what the fuck, bro?
It's unbelievable.
A nigga with a dick out. Whole movie with dicks out.
No one probably even asked him about it.
What the fuck's with this alien twist? What the fuck is with that? What? It captures a fucking star AI? You really went the AI route? You really went that? You went the 2000s route, huh? You thought that was cool? Then you want to shit on Marvel? What the fuck's wrong with you, man?
You could have even made the ending a post-credit scene. You could have taken notes. No one's gonna see Moonfall 2. No one even saw 1. It's just not gonna happen. All the AI shit was bullshit. Just a waste of time. They got these racist white people. The most racist looking motherfucking actors I've ever seen.
Halle Berry with a Japanese bitch.
I thought they were gonna hook up. Did you not think that was her wife?
Was that not her wife?
Nah, she's flirting with the terrible actor.
But, yeah, what the hell?
Right?
Fuck are you doing?
Who is the Asian girl? What is she doing? She just said she's a foreign exchange student.
Yeah.
Where's the other kid? Did you just exchange? Where's the other kid? I don't know. I give it a 4 out of 10. And it makes me more mad that this guy... No one probably asked him about these Marvel movies, you know? At least, like, people ask Scorsese and he's forced to give an answer. Roland Emmerich was probably asked about his favorite type of coffee, and then he goes, oh yeah, the Marvel movies are terrible. Relax. Make a good movie, dude. Independence Day sucks. Overrated. Everyone's like,
You don't
oh,
like Independence Day?
No. It's fine. It's average. People are like, it's one of the best movies ever made. Not for me. Make a good movie, dude. Just make one.
Get your shit together.
Come on.
I give it a 3.
3? I'm going higher than you?
I give it lower.
Wow.
The fuck are you doing, dude? Disappointed. All around. All around worst effort. Good job.
It's an independent movie. I like the car jumping from rock to rock.
Yeah, dude. Come
Wild.
on, dude.
See, those parts are like fun. But don't say the Marvel movies are terrible if your movie's fucking Moonfall. Do you not know what you're making? It's unbelievable.
Should have not had the alien twist.
It's probably like a 5.
5?
Fine. Maybe 6 if you're adding
I would have given it
more
a
fun
6.
shit. Yeah.
Just because I would have been geeking out. Mm-hmm. Maybe a 5 if I'm being unbiased. Like maybe if I was like, but that alien, that shit docks it not 1, not 2, but 3 fucking points.
3.
A 3, dude. That twist is disgusting.
It's gross.
It's just not needed. Maybe for a sci-fi fanatic, they would like that twist. But, you know, you have Moonfall and it's... I don't know. I just didn't think it was going to get that fucking wonky.
Wonky.
Wonky is the word. That ending is wonky as fuck.
Roland Wonky Emmerich. He's a wonky motherfucker.
Yeah. So
that's the podcast for the week.
that's it. A lot of love, but a lot of anger.
A lot of both.
Yeah. A lot of
good.
languor.
We live in a world where Jackass Forever is slowly but surely eradicating bad cinema. We're getting there.
Is that a good thing?
Yeah. Get all the bad shit out of here. Take it out the door. Because we don't get more stuff like Jackass, the movies are dying. We need bold cinema. Jackass will be studied 50 years from now. Moonfall will not.
Okay. Okay.
DJ, where can the people find you?
People can find me at D Shots. I always keep thinking there's a number at the end of my YouTube channel.
Yeah?
I'm always tempted to say
D Shots Forever.
I always think it's D Shots 1. I don't know why. It's just D Shots, D_shots. To be quite honest, I've been very inactive on my Facebook and Instagram, but I'll plug it anyways. Just in the time being before I put up content. But they are both D'Angelo Rucker, D'_ANGELO RUCKER.
You can find me at Chase's Ehren on Instagram. Other shit coming. You know, I'm cooking up my life. We're getting to work. And we got more podcasts coming for you soon. But we're gonna do podcasts on stuff that isn't just new shit. You don't even know what's coming to you.
Yeah,
it's coming soon.
It's like he said, it's the gift, gift that keeps on giving,
and you don't know when you're getting it.
There you go. Merry
Neither
Christmas.
do we.
Merry Christmas.
Peace.